Hello and greetings to Dr. Maria and fellow friends. Welcome to my presentation. Today I will present my personal beliefs about teaching and learning based on the 10 minutes video. Before we start, let me introduce myself. My name is Insyirah Binti Mazlan. My course group is Group C and I am one of the members from Group 10. I will start my presentation with the first point, which is the strength. Firstly, I will explain the strength I found in the video. In the video, the teacher has used efficient pedagogical approaches. She assigned the students to complete the tasks in groups. She divided the students into groups by counting from 1 to 4 repeatedly, starting from the first foreign student until the last back student. It's an efficient way of dividing groups to avoid any chaos in the classroom. The teacher asked the students to discuss and answer all the questions provided together as a group. Then, the representative of the group needs to present their answers to the class. Effective pedagogical approaches are designed to keep students actively engaged in the learning process. These can include interactive activities, discussions, and hands-on experience that make the material more interesting and relevant to students. A 2018 Gallup study entitled School Engagement is More Than Just Talk found that engaged students are 2.5 times more likely to say that they get excellent grades and do well in school, and they are 4.5 times more likely to be hopeful about the future than their actively disengaged peers. Another Gallup study found that student engagement significantly positively affects student growth. Compared to schools with low student engagement, those with high student engagement were better at preparing students for the future. From this discussion on student engagement and effective pedagogical approaches, I have likely learned that student engagement is crucial. Actively involving students in the learning process is important for understanding and retaining information. I also realized there are various strategies for engagement. There are different strategies teachers can employ to keep students engaged, such as interactive activities, discussions, and hands-on experience. These strategies aim to create an active and participatory learning environment where students are not just passive recipients of information, but are actively involved in the learning process. The goal is to make learning enjoyable, meaningful, and relevant to students' needs. As a future ESL educator, I will think about how I can incorporate some of these strategies into my teaching practice. I will consider the specific needs and preferences of my students and how I can tailor my approach to enhance engagement. Moving on to the issue that I found in the teaching video, the issue is a lack of active participation. During the teaching and learning lesson, I noticed several students were not paying much attention to the teacher in front. For example, at the beginning of class, the teacher asked the whole class a question, "Have you guys traveled before?" But it took some minutes for the students to reply. The teacher finally got the answers after a student stood up to answer her questions. This also happened several times during the lesson. In my opinion, this happened because the students had low confidence. Students with low self-esteem may fear judgment from their peers or the teacher. They might worry about making mistakes and believe that others will view them negatively if they participate. I also think those students who lack confidence are because of the language barrier. Students who are not fluent in the language of instruction may have a limited vocabulary, making it challenging to express complex thoughts or ideas. Language learners may fear being misunderstood or misinterpreted, leading to reluctance to participate. As a language learner, sometimes I also deal with this problem. Jonathan Dasson, the Secretary General of Malaysian Students Global Alliance, who is also a student of University Malaysia Sarawak, shares his opinion about the reason why our youth continue to struggle with English proficiency and communication. According to his opinion, generally some students do not come from an English-speaking household. This signifies that their major medium is their mother tongue or a closely related language. As a result, there is a lack of experience and confidence. This issue needs to be solved. Addressing these issues requires a supportive and empathetic approach from educators. I think teachers should actively encourage their students to share their thoughts, emphasizing that there are no wrong answers and that everyone's input is valuable. The teacher can also offer positive reinforcement for contributions regardless of correctness, which can boost the confidence of students with low self-esteem. As a future ESL teacher, I will try my best to build positive relationship with all of my students. I believe a supportive and trusting teacher-student relationship can encourage my students to feel more comfortable participating in class. This, in turn, will increase active participation in the classroom and enhance the overall learning experience for everyone in class. Thank you.